All right, welcome consumers to advisorbackgroundcheck.com. We're very happy you came to the website, you're watching this video. Here's some things I want to get through to you. The background checks on advisors are totally free. Free. What happens in our system is when you put in a request, we then contact the advisor. Our staff here begins contacting the advisor to tell them that an inquiry has been made. We do not release your information. We don't release anything until after an advisor has submitted to a full comprehensive background check. Now, what's the catch? How are things paid for? Well, advisors who are doing the right thing out there, we encourage them to join advisorbackgroundcheck.com. And they submit to the background screening, they pay for it, and also in the process of doing that, they become a member of our organization. And what we're trying to do is bring the level of the playing field up to a higher level. Right now there's a lot of scandal, there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of things in this industry right now that aren't good for consumers, and many of you know what I'm talking about. To give you an example, this is an article in Forbes magazine, April the 13th, just this year. And they talked about this advisor who just wrote her fourth book, I believe. She's been on Today's Show. She's been on different TV shows touting her book. And if consumers just went by that, they wouldn't realize all the things that she has in her background, all the problems that she's had. And this is what's happening to consumers. As a consumer, most people don't realize all the different places that they have to go to check out an advisor. There are many different entities and organizations that consumers need to call on, check on to get a full and accurate picture, but there's still one remaining piece. See, all the different organizations that are out there report on events and things that have occurred either legally or regulatory wise by some organization, a state insurance department or securities department. But in this industry, most of you aren't aware that all the background screening for the finances, the personal finances of an advisor are only done when they go to work for a firm. So what's that mean? Once they become a member of an organization or a firm, no one ever checks on them again. It becomes a self-reporting situation. Now let's think about it. If you're an advisor and you have a judgment filed against you or a lien, or maybe you're going through bankruptcy. See, I don't think you as a consumer would probably want to have those advisors giving you financial advice if they can't even handle their own finances. I'm just taking a wild guess here. But all of those items that I just talked about, judgments, liens, bankruptcy, foreclosure, those are all self-reporting incidents that if that occurs, a broker or an advisor is supposed to self-report that to their higher-ups. Well, what we're finding is in trade publications in the industry, that's not happening. It's not happening. And consequently, you as the consumer aren't even aware of this. So what we do at advisorbackgroundcheck.com is we do that full screening. There are other services out there, by the way, in Forbes magazine. Forbes magazine talked about if you wanted to hire other firms, there's one firm that charges $350 for it. Another firm that charges $2,500 for it. Another firm that charges $10,000 to do a total background check on your financial advisor. What we do is do it for free. And let me tell you, if an advisor is not opening up and submitting to this, it costs the advisor $189. Now believe me, the advisor pays much more money to try to get you as a client. So if the advisor won't submit to that, I have to tell you, the advisor is trying to hide something in almost every case out there because it doesn't make sense for them not to submit to a full background check. And so anyway, submit that background check. Only deal with advisors, I stress to you, that have submitted to that have done a thorough, comprehensive background check. And then you know what? Let them know that that's important to you. After we do a screening on an advisor, we will release your name. Now, if you'd like to do a totally anonymous background check, you can do that. And there's an option for that. It will cost you money to do that. But most people, and I believe you who are watching, you don't mind having your information released to that advisor that you were checking on, if that advisor has a clean bill of health. And so that's what we do here at advisorbackgroundcheck.com. Please tell your friends. Get the word out. It's very important that we continue to grow this, to raise that bar for consumers out there. Thanks a lot for coming to the site.